The last thing we should do is wait for another crisis, for another London whale or another LIBOR disgrace or another robo-signing scandal before we take action. For that reason, I partnered with Senators John McCain, Maria Cantwell, and Angus King to offer one potential way to address the too-big-to-fail problem, the 21st Century Glass-Steagall Act. By separating traditional depository institutions from the riskier financial institutions, the 1933 version of Glass-Steagall laid the groundwork for half a century of financial stability. But throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Congress and the regulators chipped away at Glass-Steagall's protection, encouraging the growth of the mega banks and a sharp increase in systemic risk. They finally finished that task with the 1999 passage of Gramm-Leach-Bliley, which eliminated Glass-Steagall's protections altogether. So the 21st Century Glass-Steagall Act would reinstate many of the protections found in the original Glass-Steagall Act. It would wall off depository institutions from riskier activities like investment banking, swaps dealing, and private equity activities. It would force some of the biggest financial institutions to break apart and eliminate their ability to rely on federally insured deposits as a backstop for their high-risk activities. In other words, a new Glass-Steagall Act would attack both the too big and too fail. It would reduce the failures of the big banks by making banking boring, by protecting deposits and providing stability to the system even in bad times. And it would reduce too big by dismantling the behemoths so that big banks would still be big, but not too big to fail, or for that matter, too big to manage, too big to regulate, too big for trial, or too big for jail. Big banks would once again have an understandable balance sheet, and with that would come greater market discipline. Sure, the lobbyists for Wall Street say that the sky will fall if they can't use deposits in checking accounts to fund their high-risk activities. But they said that in the 1930s, too. And they were wrong then, and they are wrong now. The Glass-Steagall Act would restore the stability of the financial system that began to disappear in the 1980s and 1990s. Now, this is one way to deal with too big to fail, and I think it would work. And I am very grateful to AFR's continued push to make it a reality. But there are other approaches, too. So what I want to know is this: how much longer should Congress wait for the regulators to fix this problem? Another 3 months? Another 3 years? Or until the big banks crash the economy again?